was 34 weeks pregnant, and my husband had just left to go golfing with some buddies, and I started having contractions. It was like midday. My first son, I was with my second son, so my first son, I had been induced in labor, so I didn't really know what it felt like to go into natural labor. And so I started having contractions. He's gone golfing with his friends. I'm home with my 2-year-old little boy. I take him over to my in-laws' house to go swimming, and the contractions keep happening. And I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. You know, maybe it's Braxton Hicks. Maybe I should take a nap. Like, I don't know what's going on. And so we go home. I put him to bed. I'm still having the contractions, and my husband's still gone with his buddies. And I'm like, maybe I'll take a bath and maybe they'll go away. So I took a bath and I texted him, like, been having contractions. I'm not sure. It's probably nothing. Like, enjoy your friends. I was so glad he was out with his friends because he didn't do that often enough. And so I took a bath, got out of the bath, and then contractions were worse. So I'm like, okay, come home now. I'm only 34 weeks pregnant. He's not supposed to be coming yet. So he rushes home. We rush to the hospital. And we get there, I'm already a 6, already dilated to a 6. The baby is coming. There's nothing we can do about it. They call a bunch of specialists into the room, and 3 hours later, in the morning of the 4th of July, our little firecracker Jethro was born. And I remember just being absolutely terrified. You know, you hear stories of babies coming too early and the complications with babies coming too early. And I was so scared. Like, is he going to make it? What's going to happen? And so they rushed him to the NICU, and his lungs were underdeveloped. So they intubated him, and he was on a ventilator. And I remember the first time walking into the NICU with my husband, and I'm a mess, you know, just had a baby, don't even know what's happening, like, how did that even happen? And walking in and sticking my hand through the side and holding his little hand, you know, with my finger, and begging God and talking to God and telling God, why did this happen? And what are you doing? And why did he come so early? And God, is he going to be okay? Is this going to be a lifelong struggle for him, you know, being born early? And I remember just being absolutely terrified, so terrified. And then going back home to my 2-year-old and having to leave my newborn baby at the hospital. And he ended up staying in the NICU for a month, and it was a long month of going back and forth and calling in the middle of the night and checking on him, and your heart's just torn in two, you know, a piece of your heart's there in your home. And I remember the whole time I was so scared, and my husband was just so confident, and he would hold my hand and pray with me and remind me that God's got this, and that God's got him and he's gonna be okay, you know. And so, but I remember, you know, begging for his life and begging God, just keep him healthy and strong and help him to get through this. And there were times when it was scary, and they were running tests, and we weren't sure, you know, what was gonna happen. And thankfully, by the grace of God, he's 5 years old now, and he's healthy, and you would never know. He's loud and healthy and athletic and the life of the party, and you would have no idea that he spent a month in the NICU.
Hi everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe today and you'll never miss a new upload. Thanks for being a part of our Better Together community.